watched all the 8 Dive Olympic movies that came out now, and here's my ranking of all 8 of them. So at last place we have Dive Olympic The Long Haul. And I know that they were gonna make a new trilogy with the live action with this movie, but they just didn't do that good. I think that the animated are much better. There's like one live action movie that's better than some animated. You'll see that later on the list. So the movie was a good it was good to show the long haul from the books, but they did too much, so I wouldn't say that this was good. Next we have Dive Olympic live action from 2010. I think that they wanted to do a good starter, and they did, but I think that even though they did have a lot from the first Dive Olympic book in it, I just don't think that it was the best live action movie. So next we have Dive Olympic Dog Days. This was a really good movie. Don't get me wrong, but there are just some other Dive Olympic movies that are amazing. So they would be better than this one. So like I said, there's one live action Dive Olympic that is better than one animated. So the 2021 Dive Olympic, I think that they didn't do that much, and I would say that about all the animated Dive Olympic movies, because they're like only an hour long, so and they don't do that much. With the live action ones, they have a lot in it with an hour and 40 minutes usually. So at number 4 we have Dive Olympic Roger Rose. They did a great job of following up the book and making a movie off of it, with the obvious storyline of the parents going out on their anniversary, even though that wasn't shown in this. So and they have to hide that that Roger had a party. I think that they did a great job of putting that into a movie, but it was just not as good as the other 3 animated Dive Olympic movies. So at number 3, we have the third releasing animated Dive Olympic movie, Dive Olympic Christmas Cabin Fever. So Cabin Fever was my favorite Dive Olympic book, so I thought that this would be one of the best movies. So don't get me wrong, but this was a great movie, but it just wasn't the best animated movie. As we had some more that were a lot better. Even though they did have great storyline and great plot following the Dive Olympic Cabin Fever book, it just wasn't the best movie. So at number 2 we have Dive Olympic 2 Roger Rolls. This is the animated version of Dive Olympic Roger Rolls. Even though these 2 are very similar, I would say that this one is better, as I just like the animated movies more than the live action, because I think that it's better in animation, because it's for me at least, the designs for live action are not that good. They're not like the same as the animated, because the animated they can just follow up the book, because the book has animated designs. So I would say that this was a really good movie, but the reason it's at number 2 is because it's not as good as my number 1 Dive Olympic The Last Straw. So Dive Olympic The Last Straw was basically the animated Dive Olympic Dog Days, except he isn't on summer vacation. So I would say that this was a really great movie, as it follows Greg's dad threatening to send Greg to Spag Union, which was featured in Dive Olympic Dog Days, the movie I mean, and the Dive Olympic The Last Straw, this one, and the book. So I'd say that this was a really great movie. Like I said, it was still super short, which was one of the things that I did not like about it. Mm, but it's but it but this but the plot also follows him Greg being threatened to go to Spag Union, forcing him, I mean Greg and his dad, to come together and bond more. Thanks a lot for watching. This is the end. So you can check out my channel for more content like this, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.